Like to call this meeting to order of the Town of Pelletier Board of Commissioners. It is somewhere around 6:30 Monday, December the 2nd, 2024. Roll call.
Walter Benson. Here. Dan Hewlett.
Accounted for.
Dale Sauer.
Here.
Sonny Mason.
Here.
David Bragg. Tim Quinn.
Here.
All right, let's all stand for the pledge and invocation.
You got,
I'll make a motion that we excuse Dave
gotta
Ray.
excuse him.
Yeah, I'll second that.
All in favor? Say aye.
Aye.
Now let's stand. I was just trying to give you time to get up there.
What is that?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Heavenly Father, as we come to you tonight, we thank you for each and every one that is present. We ask that you be with us, lead, guide, and direct in what is best for this town. Bless each and every one. All of us, we ask in your precious and loving name. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. All right, approval of the agenda. If there's no changes to the agenda, do I hear a motion to approve as written?
So moved.
I wanted to make a motion to amend it, please.
Okay,
Make a motion to amend the agenda so that we could,
well, first, what do you want to add?
spend a few minutes talking about a quote for a website that I have.
Now, see, that's what we gotta put up for a vote between the commissioners. Are y'all interested in discussing a website tonight?
I'm on. Yeah,
Walter,
whatever we're gonna do.
are you interested? I mean, Tim would like to add, talking, about the internet or a website for tonight.
Tonight,
Yes.
can it handle the next meeting then?
Well, it'll be out of date by then, but, I mean, we can certainly talk about it then, and I could go back to them and see if I can get the same prices. But, I mean, very quickly, we started out at $5,600 and got it down to, 3,082, and, renewal.
Wait a minute now. We're still trying to approve the agenda, not discuss anything. So, do I hear a motion that we add, the, discussion of the website to new business?
I'll make a motion.
All right, Sonny said he made the motion. Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? The motion's passed. New business number 4, website. Okay, everybody got that on the new business? All right, do I hear a motion to approve the agenda as amended?
Make a motion we approve the agenda as amended.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Approval of the minutes of the October the 28th, 2024 meeting, which was our November meeting. So everybody's had a chance to read it. Do I hear a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye. Any opposed? All right, department reports, Code Enforcement Officer, Lieutenant Chris Johnson.
Good evening, gentlemen. So, let's see here. Quiet month, November, even police calls were quiet. I'll get to that in a second. I had 3 complaints that citizens brought to my attention, and they all revolved around dogs. Two of the complaints dealt with a dog that was running at large on Pelletier Loop Road, getting close to the water tower. One man, in fact, a resident of the new community, picked the dog up, put it in its car, took it to the vet, got it checked out, brought it back, started going on the internet to find an owner, and actually found out this dog is like a well-known, it runs in the road, beware of this dog, this guy owns this dog. So it made it easy for me to find him, and I talked to him, and well, at the end of our discussion, I wrote him a citation because he wasn't too amenable to my suggestions. So I let a judge talk to him about it. The second one was an animal abuse complaint off Camp Pelletier, and I could not substantiate the complaint. It was more of one of these, I take better care of my dogs than you take care of your dogs type of situations. And, well, that's just that. That's what it sounds like, so I moved on from that. But looked into it. Those are my two complaints. Let's see here. We have my regular properties. I'll just go through one by one. 307 5 April. This will probably be my last time reporting on this property because it's just under renovation presently. So I'll keep an eye on it and see, make sure that's what they're doing. In fact, I saw a dumpster trailer out there the other day, so they were cleaning out the insides. And they're gonna keep the yard down in check. I talked to one of the dudes that was working. 124 Pettiford Road. This is one I'm still working on the people with, and in my view, as opposed to not working with them, they don't really have the money to shell out even if I start finding them. So working with them is a better option as long as they're working. So I'll keep an eye on them. 1106, 1105 Highway 58. This is your warehouse. Me and a couple of the commissioners were speaking of this before the meeting. We're not sure if this man is even in there anymore doing business. My biggest gripe against him as of late was his ditch line along Highway 58. Myself and Commissioner Mason noticed that he sprayed a load of poison on these weeds and killed them to the dead, and then didn't cut them down. So they're standing there looking like a Mad Max movie right now, presently. And this man's nowhere to be found. And it looks like he may have packed up and left.
Whetstone, the guy under.
It's Mr. Whetstone there. He runs that where that old bar used to be. Yeah, and
He's not here anymore?
I'm thinking no, because I haven't seen him in ages. I mean, it's been a few weeks since I've seen him.
I've seen him.
Have you seen him recently?
Yeah,
Yeah.
just last week.
I'll try catching him, but it looks like he's shut that business down pretty good. I mean, have you noticed it, Ron?
I've seen his car up there several times.
Recently?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've seen
okay.
him this week.
Yeah.
Well, last week.
I'll keep trying on him then.
Yeah.
All right, let's see here. All right, Tansburg, Angela Becker. Same old story. She's picks up dribs and drabs. Donald brings a slab back to his property. So she's another one with no money or any means of getting anything done. But I've dealt with her so much, I'm thinking about just going ahead with the finding on her because I'm at wit's end with this woman. I try to work with her, she gets some stuff done, and then I'll look the next week and there's gonna be more stuff than the week prior, and that's kind of, well, anyway. And let's see here, 101 Sandsboro Lane, this is a new one that was brought to my attention. I'm calling it 101 Sandsboro, I'm not exactly sure that's the address. But basically it's a dirt lot with a bunch of work trucks in it. So I've got word out to the owner of the work truck people, and I hope to hear back from that person this week.
Where's it at now? It's out on deep down.
Sandsboro Lane, so.
So where Paul
I
Bright used
think
to
it's
live.
108.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, but across, it's like a dirt old vacant lot that was right next, astride from Angela Baker's house.
No,
Okay, all right, work trucks go, basically they're running a business out there, it ain't zoned for business. And I just wanna find out about what the plan is here with them. So that's just kind of like a little town county investigation for right now, put it at that. 119 Deaton Drive. This is, we cleaned this property out last year around this time. Nothing's been done with this property since that time, except for the fact that a black GMC Yukon was moved onto the property and a decrepit camper. And it grew up all through the summer once again. More trash has found its way there. The backyard is still a mess because we didn't touch that the last time. And I'm thinking and I'm proposing maybe I get my contractor people to go back at that place. That's up to you guys. It's something for you to talk about. Obviously, I wasn't just gonna call them and say, hey, come on down. That's your decision, not mine. But that's about the point where I'm at right now. We're past that 30 days of $100 a day, past all the nicety notices. I mean, I've been doing the nicety notices the past 6 months, in all honesty. So, again, up to you guys. You talk about it. But I think we're at that point where I might have to get the man involved from last year to come and chop it down. And the reason I say that man, and I know town bidding processes are what they are, but he was the only one that came up with a bid. I don't know if we have to put it out again, but he was the only one that came in and wanted to do what I wanted to do. Another factor in this is the vehicles that he brought on. That's probably gonna have to be a separate entity, a tow company, something along those lines to come take those vehicles out of there. They're unregistered or up to current registration, which is in the ordinance. And I don't believe that GMC runs. And the camper's about falling down. It's a hazard, a safety hazard. But just getting around that, it's not registered correctly.
Chris, who actually owns that property, according to the records that were pulled out?
I'd have to pull that out, Dan. It's in my car right now. I apologize. I probably should put that in the report. But it's the man that works at the golf cart store there that I'm always chasing.
Yeah, but if he's not paying and cleaning it up, he's not paying the taxes on it. And the daggone tax office should have it up for sale.
Well, I don't work for the county tax office down in Dillon. I work for the sheriff's office.
I understand that.
Yes, sir. I'm not trying to be a wise, I'm not trying to be a wise buddy, but
I understand what you're saying.
I've run into some of those county tax things where they're about 10 years behind the curve on trying to act upon our county tax violators.
Okay.
All right.
One on my road's 4 years.
Yeah. So if there is question on that, we go ahead and we spend another small amount of money getting this place cleaned up, then I believe it would be incumbent upon the legal team to go after the property.
Well, can we not, if we do spend more money on it, can we not take a lien on the property?
Well, I believe that's what we'd be doing. Didn't we do that with the last bunch of monies?
I think that's what we need
Right.
to do
We
anyhow.
have to.
Yeah.
Because, yeah. we
Because you're
can't
never
just-
gonna get your money if you
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah, you can't just be throwing the money out after a bad property. I mean, you gotta be getting something to return.
But somebody's gonna buy that property one of these days.
All right, exactly. And
And
that's
we're gonna
when,
get our money.
and that's
when
when
we
the
do.
town gets their money back from this, what they spent onto it. That's the idea, anyway.
I have a proposal there, Mayor. If it, I don't know if it'll pass the legal muster, but instead of spending more money on it, we've already spent money on it one time before.
Yes, indeed.
Why don't we, figure out how many hundreds of dollars he owes us and get the attorney to send a letter and say, hey, if you don't pay this judgment within such and such date, we're gonna seek legal remedies against you.
We can certainly send a demand letter regarding the fine amount and also compliance with the local ordinances. I think ultimately, if he doesn't respond to our letter, of course, you're still looking at pursuing a lawsuit to enforce your liens and or get an injunction, something that would allow us to see property. Yeah.
But if we did that, would the fines then occur on his tax bill as a?
No, if we did, we'd have to actually create a lien against the property.
Okay.
Yeah, file a lien against the property in order to.
But if we spend the money, then that automatically goes as a tax.
That's right.
No, Matt, I fired a question. So if the town spends the money on your services in order to get to that point in the legal process, process, their town is entitled to put the legal fees onto the lawsuit in the end in order to gain their money back from the sale of the property.
They can request it, and typically it'll be granted as a matter of course.
Yeah.
What I tell clients always is, it's in the judge's discretion, so the judge can grant that or he cannot, but.
Usually they do, and I say this not as a legal expert, but as an executions officer, I see it constantly on the legal documents, because I'd be the one seizing the property. Yeah.
But, we can't get a lien on
Sorry,
it.
what's
We
that?
can get a lien on it.
Yes, yes.
And to do that, then if you lien on it, you have to pay that, so.
That's
Or,
right.
right.
All right, everybody's
How
good?
much money we talk about here so far? You have any idea?
How much have we spent on that property?
How much is the fines or whatever that you told?
All right, well, so we've already spent roughly $3,000. We went through 30 days of a finding process, that'd be another $3,000. So we're up to about $6,500 roughly thereabouts we've spent, the town has spent on this man. Now, it was my impression, I'm not sure of this, you can tell me if I'm wrong, that the first time we did it, the $3,000 just kind of fall by the wayside if we're spending the money to clean it up since this man owes it anyway. So if that's not the truth and there's $3,000 in fines, then we spend the money, then we're somewhere around 10 grand. But I think it's more 7 grand. Now, I'm giving round ballpark figures.
It's all good.
Okay, I can come up with exact dollar
That's fine,
amounts.
I just wanted to.
Okay, but that's around.
As a side note, it still doesn't have any, electricity to it.
No, there's nothing going on with that property. You're absolutely correct. It's abandoned, it's falling apart, it's decrepit, it's bad for the neighbors around it because it's
Rodents.
not to mention your feral cat problem in the area. You know, they've got a place to stay when it's cold.
You say things, condemn the property,
Good luck.
so we condemn the property, you do something like that?
Health department.
Yeah, I don't know that that's your realm necessarily. I think you could get an injunction to clean it up, you could get a lien, that ultimately allows you to sell the property, but, I think condemnation's gonna be, the health department going up there and saying, this property's not what we would.
And all that would get you is a freestanding property where the health department would probably command you guys as the town to take the property down.
Yeah.
Talk
Put a
about
sticker
it.
on the door.
So, that would be a, all right,
All right,
back to the report. All right, so now we are at the law enforcement portion of my report. And last month, we generated 58 calls for service within the town of Pelletier, 21 calls for service, totaling 79 calls for service. The 21, of course, is the ETJ. So roughly 80 calls for service in your area, your immediate area, 58 for your immediate town. Tim, it was just 2 is the number, okay? That's it, that's about all I've got for you at this point. I know I've left you some stuff to talk about. I also laid on you some addendum. There was a closed session at the last meeting, we spoke, and I put an addendum on you just to let you know where I'm, kind of my mind's at on where I'm going with this. And I have a meeting with that certain gentleman I was speaking of on Thursday. So more to come on that. The wheels of justice roll slow with the state, slower than the county.
At least they're rolling.
Yeah, they roll.
all right, thank you, Lieutenant.
Yes, sir.
All right, next is West Carter Fire and EMS. Chief Daniel.
So I'm gonna cover the fire marshal and my report. There wasn't much on the fire marshal side. In the month of November, we had 154 calls for service. It's 11% less than what it was this time last year, but overall, we're 5% above. It's kind of flip-flopping month to month as far as calls. Pelletier alone wound up with 26, 16 of them being EMS. We had 2 outside fires and 8 that were dispatched and canceled en route, minor calls. The fire marshal's report, Pelletier had 2 inspections out of the 21 for the month. We had 7 smoke detectors installed, 16 that were checked. It's been one of our big projects this year with smoke detectors. We've been lucky to get some from the state. We had 65 people contacted through our prevention program, not to account for the roughly 350 we had on our open house at the beginning of the month. That's become a pretty big deal. We try to have that annually. No other calls that were outstanding big incidents. We've had quite a few wrecks, but luckily none of them were in Pelletier. Most of them were up 58 down 24. I think the 45-mile-an-hour zone, you can take that by the county line, we'd be all right.
Yep.
Do the rest pay attention to that?
Oh, they do, because they hit that 55 zone right there by Pelletier store, and they take off. They take off.
They had a busy day, was it Saturday?
Oh, yeah, we've been pretty steady, at roughly around 160 calls, 150, 160. And if we stay on track with that, we'll surpass 2,000 calls. We'll be about 2,030 calls this year, so.
How's that compare with the rest of the county, as a fire department?
So, obviously, the busiest fire department's Morehead City. You know, they got the biggest population. There's 2 other departments that it kind of rotates around. That's between Beaufort, Newport, and us. And 1 month it'll be us, 1 month it'll be Beaufort, 1 month it'll be Newport, and it roughly all, we're around the 2,000 to 2,300 call volume. And as more people are coming to this area to build here, obviously everybody knows how much is building going on. When I did the community risk reduction survey in 2017, we were roughly about 10,000 people for the district. And now because there's no hard numbers, because we got 2 zip codes and nobody did, the census doesn't work correctly in our district. So we're estimating right now, as of last year, we were at about 12,000 people in the district. So with the homes that are being built, we'll be rivaling Morehead in 3 to 5 years as far as permanent population. The biggest thing Morehead's got on us is they got the commercial because they got the infrastructure. We don't have the infrastructure for a big commercial business. So if we get the people, not all the amenities you go with it.
Thank you.
Any questions? All right. And I'll have a happy holidays and a Merry Christmas.
Thank you, sir.
Take one, pass it.
Happy New Year.
Take one, pass it.
Okay. Financial report? Walter?
Oh. Well, we got some money, see what we got here. 239, 342.04 in the general fund. And let's see what we got. I can't get my finger to work well. $24,492.05, does that sound right?
Yes, sir. All right. All right, everybody's had a chance to look that over. Anybody got any questions? Planning report?
We, were looking over the subdivision ordinances, the new ones that are being proposed, and we tabled it for a few glitches that we need to resolve, and Carl's working on that for next month.
Okay. Commissioners report? Commissioner Quinn?
I don't have anything.
Commissioner Mason?
No, sir.
Commissioner Taylor?
Yeah, I got a couple of things.
Okay.
The door looks real nice up there. What happened to it? Have we forgotten to put the door up?
No, the gentleman that was gonna do it will not give us a copy of his, contractor license.
Right,
And when I told them that we have to have that on file, they decided they were gonna do the job.
okay.
And I just found out Tuesday because I emailed them to see when they were gonna start.
So we got to start all over
Yes,
again,
you have to look for someone else.
okay? Thank you, B, for putting up the Christmas decorations. It looks nice in here.
Thank you.
Yep.
Very nice.
And remember, December the 7th is Pearl Harbor Day.
Okay.
I'm through.
They won't look for that.
Commissioner Vince?
I have nothing.
Okay. I do have one thing I wanted the board to consider. Norris Landing Road. I've had people ask me about putting some street lights up. So anyhow, there's that one long stretch going down Norris Landing Road. We need at least 3 or 4 on it. So anyhow, I think we have 2
There's supposed to be 2 in the budget.
in the budget for this year, and maybe we can get 2 in the budget for next year to do it. If y'all agree to it, I can go ahead and get the electric company to do it.
That's a safety thing, isn't it?
Yeah, because there's a lot of people that walk that road, you know,
How
so
much does it cost?
it depends. How much are the street lights per? It's it's like 18 a month.
No, I'm talking about how much, they don't charge you to install them, right?
They haven't been charging to install.
We just pay them so much a month.
Right?
Yeah.
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 Okay. How much trouble is it to amend the budget and they'll have to get 4 lights on?
Not hard at all. I think we had 2 budget last year, but we didn't use them.
Okay.
So
The new budget would pick up and we'd have
Yeah.
those 2 and plus 2 more.
we have the money, but we just would have to still amend the budget to do all 4.
Would that not be a good, something to do?
Yeah. It'd be a safety thing. So,
Let's look at it from that standpoint.
all right. Well, it's up to y'all.
Make a motion that we amend the budget and do all 4 at one time.
I'll second that.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. And yes, B, I'd like to thank you for doing the inside and all, but I believe Mr. Bragg did the outside.
No, our new lawn maintenance person did.
Chris. Chris. Yeah, all right.
Chris and his crew.
All right. Well, anyhow, we'd like to thank them for putting that up for us. Hopefully they're lit up by now.
They're not lit up, you know, look like.
Well, I'll check it out to see if the switch got thrown or whatever. But anyhow, that's all I have. All right, we'll move on to new business, ARPA policy. Carlton?
Yes, I provided 5 ARP policies to be, that need to be adopted by the town. And these policies are recommended by the school of government. Basically, they just cover our bases for ARPA. There's nothing really unusual about any of them. The conflict of interest, civil rights, allowable costs, they all relate to, the award conditions, the eligible use, and then also the record retention policy. ARPA records can be kept 5 years after, at least 5 years after the final expenditure. So, yeah, basically, this is just, basically just needed for compliance purposes.
All right, which one of these what do we need to approve?
There's 5 policies and all 5 of them need to be approved. I would think you could probably just approve them as a group,
So,
if you'd like.
so you need a motion to approve all 5 of the,
ARPA-related,
American Relief Fund.
yeah, American Rescue Plan Act policies.
All right, y'all got
I'll
that?
make a motion to approve all those.
All right, have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? And that was good enough, Jonathan?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, well, that takes care of that, but you need, does any of those need to be signed?
Yes, I believe so.
You have some thoughts in there.
Actually, I don't remember.
None of these have signatures.
Okay, yeah, they're fine.
All right, how about the one for, Chief Penyo?
That MOU, I just revised it, and, yeah, it's different. That's the third item, and I just sent the final copy. I put the chief's name on it.
So that's this one here, correct?
Yes, I updated that, and I emailed it to me, so we can sign it tonight if possible.
All right, and this one needs to be approved as well? Or
Yes.
is that part of the other motion?
Yeah, they'll be approved separately, and I'll explain it, I'll explain it a little more with the second item.
All right, so this is the money we donated to, the fire department, correct? For the money we
Basically,
donated?
yes, the money that went to the fire department. And yeah, this will, let me kind of move in, let me kind of segue into the grant project ordinance amendment. Because I'll discuss the need for that MOU.
I think so.
Yes. And
Yeah, it's in there. It's thick, but it's in there.
Should be right after your agenda there. Back in them pages there. Dude, I mean, we really don't need an explanation for it, do we? We know it's for the 20,000. We got Chief Penyo's here who can
Oh, yeah.
verify that we gave it, as well as Karen can verify it. So,
Yeah, that's fine.
all right, so you called it the MOU?
Yeah, memorandum of understanding. Basically, it is an agreement that there's an exchange of money for services.
Okay.
So, which is necessary under ARPA, really it's necessary under state law. We have to be careful with how we word how money's given out. Can't really be a donation per se, there needs to be some kind of services rendered.
Okay.
So that's basically, that's what it's for. So, there's no money needs to be moved, nothing needs to be changed, that just
reword how we did it.
Exactly. And basically, it shows that the town's obligated, that $20,000 to be spent, for, fire services.
All right, do I hear a motion to approve the MOU that we have given to the fire department?
motion.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Done deal. All right,
Our chief got to sign that, right?
he's got a new one.
Is this,
I sent you the updated copy. And that relates to the grant project ordinance amendment. There was a grant project ordinance, an ARPA grant project ordinance that was originally adopted on May 6th of this year. I updated it, and I've recommended that we amended this grant project ordinance, and I have 6 projects that are based on the dates of expenditures for the ARPA funds. Projects 2 through 6 are basically considered reimbursements. Basically, the town is reimbursing itself for these past expenditures. Again, no money is being moved. This is just to make everything, basically make everything look good for compliance purposes. So the project number one, the Western Carter Fire EMS Department, it's a little different. It's similar to a reimbursement, but the obligation for that project requires an executed MOU, which is being signed right now. The projects 2 through 6, once this grant project ordinance amendment is approved, then all these projects will be, everything will be allocated, obligated, and expended instantaneously. So everything should be good for ARPA compliance.
Do you need a motion on this?
No, I just provided those forms. It's basically just a review of each project to show that they are eligible uses.
All right, and it'd be good that way this, what we're receiving is something that B will have on file
Exactly.
here at the town.
Yes, exactly. Basically, B and I went through and we did the work of making sure that each use is eligible, and there is statutory justification, and that. But as long as you, and B's signed them all, and she's checked them all and signed them all. So, yeah, everything should be good on that. She just, y'all were provided signed copies, but they have been signed.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, but yeah, the grant project ordinance, yeah, will be signed. So,
All
yeah,
right,
those go hand in hand with this grant project ordinance.
All right, does that take care of 1, 2, and 3 of under new business?
Yes. Once
Okay.
the grant project ordinance is, amendment is approved, then we'll be good.
Oh, we gotta approve that.
Yes, the grant project ordinance amendment has to be approved.
We already did.
Oh, no, the policies were approved, the MOU was approved.
So you need the grant project ordinance amendment approved.
And the grant project ordinance amendment.
So moved.
All right, we have a motion and a second to approve it. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, now are we done with 1 through 2 and 3?
Yes, we are, as long, has the MOU been fully executed?
Or just
I've
needs the
signed it.
chief's signature.
I need the chief's signature.
Yeah, once the chief signs it, we'll be good.
Okay, question.
No,
I don't know what, anyway.
thank you, chief.
Thank you.
The grant project ordinance amendment. I had Dan Taylor and Tim Quinn, but you guys said you didn't approve it, so who just approved it now?
No, that was,
That was the other one. That was the ARP.
No,
A
that was
policies.
Sonny Mason and Walter Vincent.
There's some,
We just flipped the MOU and the grant project ordinance amendment. So
Yeah, we did the MOU second.
The one that you just approved was the grant project ordinance.
Okay, so who
Correct.
just approved the grant project?
Walter and Dan.
Walter and Dan.
Senior citizens.
Okay.
Speedy
And then the
Gonzalez.
MOU, that was Dan Taylor and Tim Quinn. So the grant. Okay.
Can we continue, Mel?
Yes, you have my permission.
Well, I was just in a hurry. I'm shooting for that 7:30 deadline. All right, next on the agenda is website, Mr. Quinn.
well, I was just gonna say, I think it's time for us to move on and try and get one of these. When I first started this process, probably 18 months ago, the initial setup was like $5,600. And then he came down, and then I worked on him a little more, and we got the initial cost at $3,000 right now, and then the annual recurring services at $2,500 for the first year, and then it just goes up 5% following year after that. And as with any service that the town has, we can always renegotiate at any time. And I just feel it's something that this town needs, and they would upload 5 years worth of meetings, agendas, packets, and minutes, and therefore any of us could look them up at any time from our house or from our phone or whatever. And it would just, it would help the town a lot to be able to communicate with the citizens.
I mean, we can't do that with the website we have?
You can do it with the website you have. It's just that there's no meetings or agendas on there. I mean, if you wanna,
There's meetings and agendas.
Yeah.
Our minutes are on there, our agendas are on there.
And it doesn't cost $2,572 a year.
yeah, but you don't have to go back to Anthony and ask him to, we don't have to be nickel and dime by Andy. It'll just be done automatically.
Well, nickel and dime was still a lot cheaper than that. I mean,
Okay?
I'm,
I don't know
it's,
anything about this stuff.
What is the advantage of this?
But, I mean, the advantage is it will cut down on the stuff that we have to, B's time frame to Anthony and the time frame that Anthony puts in back to us.
Well, who's gonna really profit from this?
not us. It looks like this.
There's no, I mean,
Civic
it's a
Plus.
service that.
Who's it gonna do any good?
The town.
Yeah, but
The town, who's the town? I don't understand what you're
800
saying.
citizens.
well, it's the citizens,
We
but
got 800 citizens here.
But-
maybe.
Well,
Anyhow.
800 citizens don't have computers.
Well, I
And
agree with you,
800
Dan.
citizens don't give a damn what the town does.
all right now. The thing is, I've just, I mean,
can't see.
I know that you have worked on this, but, I mean, you seem, I mean, even if we had to add something to the website through this company, we gotta contact somebody. And, you know, Anthony doesn't charge us hardly anything, and a lot of times he doesn't charge us at all. You know, so,
well, he just charges, what was it, $384?
That's for 3 months though.
Okay.
yeah. I mean, see, that's,
$20 a month.
yeah. So it isn't, I mean, isn't like he's trying to take us to the cleaners or anything. So, I mean, it's up to the board if y'all wanna, talk about this some more at our next meeting. And,
Let's take this under advisement.
all right, and let's,
We just did, our church, we just did the, just the last 5, 6 months, 4 months, did our webpage. And I just said they're trying to think, I can't think of the guy's name, he's from Trenton. But he did the town of Newbern's webpage, and he does Trenton's webpage, but he did us, but it didn't cost this much. It did not cost us that much. I do know that. And he said, if y'all look at Newbern's web, we look at our webpage, come here, first, look at it, it's got everything, it all goes with their Facebook page, and then it all flips back and forth.
But he does Newbern's too?
Yep,
All right, I'll look into that.
and, but I don't, we talk about web pages and Wi-Fi and that stuff, I know how to get on it on my computer, and that's it.
I understand that's why I
I don't even
didn't,
do
you
that.
don't have one on
that's
the
why I
boat?
didn't involve him into the process.
But he, check with him, he's a nice guy, and, plus he does, Presbyterian church in Trenton too, I think, something like that. You know what I mean?
I'll look into it.
Okay, everybody good? Public comments?
Yes. To piggyback on his comment about coming out of the store here, something really should be done there. You got boats turning into 58 toys, and I don't even think there's double yellow lines. How far are the double yellow lines? Do you know, Sheriff?
It goes out maybe.
It doesn't go far. 'Cause that's why
Maybe
they're passing.
50 to 75 yards.
They come out of that, like he said, they come out of that area where the store is, they start passing before a person with a boat is putting his blinker on to turn into 58. It's bad right there. I don't know how many wrecks have been there, but I hope that we don't have any. But if we could just get some double yellow lines, I don't know how far. I don't know.
Well, that's like at, like the end of Taylor and Ocean Road, turning on to 58.
Yeah.
How many accidents have been there?
That's a
And you can't get the state to do anything there. They're not going to waste any money on, or $10 on some paint just to paint the lines solid. So, I mean, it's a DOT decision,
It is, but like I'm just informing you that I sit there at my driveway and I see, I don't know how many times where there could have been a really bad wreck with a boat.
Oh, I agree.
Because they come flying out of that.
I'm with the chief. It needs to be 45 all the way to the county line.
Something needs to change.
Can we pass a resolution or something and send it to them whether they're doing it good or not? But they have requested that DOT reduce, it be 45 to the town limits, start at least there with 45 miles per hour.
I mean, we could try. I mean,
And do we need them to send a resolution or just send a letter to the town?
well, I don't know. That'd be a legal question.
You do a non-binding resolution that y'all pass. It's not gonna have any effect, but you can always send it to DOT.
At least it bring their attention anyway, and they'll take that and put it where the rest of them. And that-
File
More of a
13.
statement of the board than anything. It wouldn't necessarily be anything that official, but it would be a statement of the board that y'all voted on and passed as part of the minutes. So,
When we get that and it puts it in the paper, at least the paper will be in the paper, and that people never try to do something about it.
Yeah. All right. Anybody else?
Yeah,
Karen?
In regards to the website, we're already doing what you suggested for a lot less money, so I personally, as a taxpayer, I don't see the benefit. Unless they can do more than what the commissioners all agree to have done. Just my opinion.
But look at area websites and they're much more active and present and visually appealing. I think that we have to look at our area websites too, to be in.
Or see if our guy can do that.
Okay, we're going. Anything else?
Yeah, well, can we just, can we do a non-binding resolution, do something, can we do something without trying to get speed up reduced or not?
Oh, yeah. Well, I'll talk to Jonathan after the meeting or Brett, later on and see if we can't get a resolution for that part.
Let's get that started.
All right,
hey, I've got one thing too.
all right.
The city limits on the north side need moving to the end of the golf course,
Yes.
period.
No.
Because where they're sitting now is too far in.
Yes.
You said that branch is where the city limits are, is that the branch there?
Yeah, it is. That's where it belongs at, yes.
Big Gobber Branch.
That-
Okay.
right before you get to the, when it runs down the golf course.
All right, we're gonna move on. We got old business replacement for the planning board seat. Has anybody even thought about that?
I have, but I ain't got nobody.
Thought about it, and,
Do I hear a motion to table it until next month?
Move with table till next month.
I'll second it.
then need to find somebody to fill it.
All right, I have a motion and a second to table it. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, other business, none at this time. Commissioners' comment,
No,
Walter?
no.
No, I've already said all I got.
I'm
Sound
good.
Tim? All right,
I move we adjourn.
I have a motion to adjourn. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? This meeting's adjourned.